reminds me, weirdly, that what I have heard so far is that New Zealand is having some trouble making donations.
Right?
Yes.
So if you are in New Zealand and you're having trouble doing that, we are aware of that as a thing that is going on. Please, I guess, keep your eye on that. Maybe try again some other times. Hopefully that'll be
There's
worked
just
out.
no official solution yet.
I have no idea.
We
There is
don't have
none.
a thing to say.
No, I have nothing to do with that anyway. Just wanted to let people know that. But also, I'm curious about this, because I don't know who's awake still in Australia or watching. I heard that on the 9th, Optus went down in Australia. And do we have Australians in the chat right now? Or
What's Optus?
Optus is the largest ISP, I think, and half of Australia is served by Optus.
Dope.
This is true.
So we could have. Yeah, there's a lot of people being like, "Oh, it did." So you're back. It sounds like great.
Clearly, they are not they are not still offline.
Glad to hear it happen. Okay.
Well, glad
cool.
we've got 3 to fall back on.
Yeah, we would never have any trouble with internet as a result.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember, like, in the old Moonbase, we had both TELUS and Shaw
Yep.
Yep.
coming in, with the idea that there's like some redundancy there. The only time TELUS went down for us, once it's actually connect. The only time TELUS went down for us, Shaw also went down because it was like it was like a backbone thing or whatever. So it was like,
Yeah.
clearly they are not as independent as we thought.
Yeah. Ultimately, there are places where the whole works can just break. So
There's only so many lines, like I guess there's probably there's like 2 or 3 lines, like
leading off island.
Yeah, going through the Salish Sea or whatever to the mainland.
Yeah, I heard that there's like the idea of also doing a backbone that leads to Seattle or something would also be a thing, to fight for, to be like, what if you could actually have running to one place or running to...
Ooh, what if we connected to 2 routers?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh!
Do they have, and I don't know if they have underground cables or like undersea cables that would link that or not. Because the one thing I do remember working at university was that, hey, no matter what, we have to try to keep all of everything that we're doing has to stay in Canada.
Right.
You know what would be cool? Space cables.
We could just
Also
We
in the
could just
cannon.
put-
them with cannons?
put them in
cables.
cannons.
Yes.
Tie the cable to the buffalo before
Yeah.
you put it into the cannon.
Yeah, and then when the buffalo's up there, get the buffalo to pull up the rest of the
Put
cable.
it the blue whale, because then it'll just
Yeah.
swim it around.
And
It's
it won't
like
be heavy.
it's like how they they have to legitimately use like ferrets to get cables.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It would be
Or
like that.
cats. You can use house cats.
It would be like that, except with the cannon.
I'm sorry,
And-
bus stop.
A blue whale.
Do you not know the brakes?
I don't.
It's
No.
the second button.
Yeah, beef and
Oh,
break.
there's
And then
more
the
buttons.
third button is for the door. And then
Oh,
the start button honks the horn.
I apologize.
These are all the
Sorry.
secrets.
Okay, you're doing great. You haven't crashed yet.
We've still got Roland, so
Look,
rolling.
time slipped into my past body and I was not driving in the footage that was on screen because there was the little driver seat.
So if you had looked in the mirror right then,
Yeah,
you would have seen somebody totally different.
yeah.
Like my brain, I know the controls because I've watched more years than I've been helping out, and I'm like, oh look, tumbleweeds and stuff will pop up ever so often, and I was like, that looks like a bus stop. Well,
Goodbye.
Rip.
But yeah, having an extra connection down to, anywhere. But I do like to. It is fun to imagine it as like it goes underwater, and then it comes up and there's just like a building somewhere and there's just like one of those, like blue and black old like Linksys routers.
Right. Yeah.
With just with just like little Ethernet cable plugged into the back,
like,
and somebody's like, "Oh wait, did the cable? Okay, the cable fell out to the island again.
Yeah.
We got to replace this. The little tab on the cables. The cable's broken. We should really replace this.
Yeah.
We can probably just use duct tape. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just like taped into place.
My understanding is that I think there's supposed to be. I think the cable that leaves the island leaves from Nanaimo, because I think it's the shortest run or the simplest run to get to Vancouver. But it's like, yeah, if you had one running from like Swartz Bay or something, and also from Nanaimo, you'd have two. But I would.
I thought.
don't even know
Yeah,
how
I
they
thought
do it.
there. I thought there might. I think there might be more than one.
Yeah.
But
But they still end up in Vancouver ultimately because
Right.
you know it keep everything Canadian, which makes sense because there's a for data integrity issues, sending it across country borders, routing it to like Seattle or something can be problematic for certain things that the certain amounts of data that you deal with, especially since like the seat of government is on an island and it's like right you don't want to send a whole bunch of personal information. To
then-
Washington State and then back into Canada.
I mean, it's like people who live in like Point Roberts.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You don't want your data to have to go through customs.
yeah.
It's going to really slow everything down
I don't
on
know.
both sides.
I don't know how they must do it because
I think
like
they just have American plans.
I guess it's how you'd have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to. They like bus the kids like out into Canada and then back into.
We do have a direct cable to the United States from here. Nice.
Oh, cool!
There's a
There's a
Nifty.
map there.
Yeah, and then it shows the ones branching out to the Pacific.
Oh, there's a bunch that just go past us. They don't like. We're not
Yeah,
actually hooked
but
up.
that's again because Seattle's a hub.
They did the best thing. They colored all the land masses blue, and they colored everything that isn't a landmass, water. They
It's
colored it
ice.
green. Yeah.
It's ice.
Come
It's the
on,
glacier.
So can
You
we
can
tap
walk
into
across the
some of
land
those?
bridge there.
Could we tap into some of those like Pacific cables that just go by us? Could we just like?
We'd have to like dive down.
Yeah. Get some Scotch locks and just kind of like clip in.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad I took care of that.
Good work, Beach. Everyone else is doing a good job too.
Yeah. I agree.